Hey, what's up? It's Nerf. I had one of the most enjoyable matches in Black Ops 3 ever last night. It was a hardpoint match on Nuketown, and the game ends up going it comes down to the last point. We ended up winning by 1 point, 250 to 249. I ended up with like a 10k score, 85 kills, like 30 defends. It was nuts. And I don't mind close matches. I actually enjoy them when they're just good matches. Sometimes it'll be a close match because of people using certain types of weapons or abilities or score streaks or whatever, and it can get really annoying. I know we had a match the other night we were playing where I think literally the entire other team, it was a domination match, the entire other team were using trophies. And when you have an entire team using trophies, like you would look and see like 10 of them just flopping everywhere. Not to mention the fact that they were decent players as it was. So you combine that with the inability to throw any kind of equipment anywhere for any reason, and it was just a freaking nightmare. So, matches like that are annoying, but matches like this where it's just kind of, kill for kill, everybody's rushing around, playing their asses off. I don't know, I enjoy it. It's fun. It's not just, I don't like getting destroyed, and I also don't like it when we win by a huge margin. I don't really like crushing people. I like it to be at least a little close, so that it's a longer match and you don't feel like you had the game handed to you. But I think without my help, this team would have been destroyed a little bit. I think
with my exemplary efforts above and beyond the Call of Duty, we were able to win this match. God bless the United States.
But no, in this match specifically, I did really well, which was good. But there were certain points in the match where you'll notice, like I got a talent, for instance. I'm running a care package, and it's a low risk, high reward situation, especially if you use engineer, because it doesn't take that much to get a care package, and you can end up getting some pretty decent streaks, obviously. And by running engineer, you can also re-roll the care packages, and if you get something you don't want or you don't need. I've had matches where I've gotten multiple RAPS deployment ships. I've gotten multiple Talons, sentry guns, whatever. So I don't know. I feel like it's worth running a care package. And in this match specifically, I got a Talon at one point, a Guardian at one point, and a Wraith at one point. And all three of those care package score streaks ended up being extremely relevant in the outcome of the match. Because with the Talon that I got, I pretty much used it like a chopper gunner, which is on Nuketown. It works really well. If you take and fly it up near the rooftops, so you can kind of bob and weave in and out of cover. That way they can't shoot you down as easily. And you're also off the ground, which is away from where most EMPs are hitting. You can keep your Talon alive longer. And I was able to use it, like I said, as a kind of little warship in the air. And I was keeping them off of the hard point with that. With the Guardian, I ended up kind of trolling them with it at one point when I got in. Brought it in, set it in a doorway where they were camping to protect the hard point. And so instead of focusing on being on the hard point, they were getting cooked. So they had to focus on the Guardian instead. So that helped in that situation. And of course, at the very end of the match, when it was coming right down to the freaking wire, I was able to get a Wraith. And of course, Wraiths are beasts if you don't shoot them down quick. So it was handling its business, and I don't know. It's one of those things. It was really a game of inches. One little thing here and there, and that 1 point would have gone the other direction, and it would have been a loss. But it wasn't, so I'm happy. Also, I'm using the Man of War in this gameplay. I actually watched one of Nate Gibson's videos yesterday. For anyone that's not familiar with Nate Gibson, he's one of the better PC players, and he's always getting nuclears and crazy streaks and stuff. He's got some cool videos. But I think it was his video yesterday he posted, he was using the Man of War. He was like, oh god, this gun is so good. And I haven't used the Man of War as much in a while. I think all the assault rifles I feel like are underpowered in this game. I feel like the accuracy needs to be buffed on all of them, maybe the mobility, the movement speed. Something to make them competitive with a submachine gun. So I don't use them as much, but I was like, alright, well, he was destroying with the Man of War, I'm going to try it again. So I equipped it, and I've actually been tweaking my perks setups and whatnot lately, especially with assault rifles. Before, with an assault rifle, I would almost always use grip because, again, the stability and accuracy in an assault rifle is not very great. For me, anyway. If I watch an enemy kill cam, it looks like a laser beam, but for me, for whatever reason, it's all over the place. So I would use grip and quick draw almost always. Now, with guns like Man of War, it would usually seem like I'd have to put 4 or 5 attachments on it to make it to where it would be useful. I'd have to put grip, quick draw, you know, rapid fire, fast mags, you know, anything that I could to make it more SMG-like. But in this instance, I was like, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. And what I've been doing, in the perk 2 slot, I've been using the perk 2 greed. And I've been going with scavenger, which I almost always use, but I've also been running fast hands. Because if you run fast hands with that greed, it pretty much acts like quick draw because it aims down sight faster after sprinting, and you're always running in this game. So I've kind of figured out that if you do it that way, you can still have quick draw, you can still have fast aim down sight without having to waste another spot on an attachment for your weapon. So basically, on the Man of War, I'm running stock and grip, and of course Elo, but that's literally it. Just those 2 attachments. And I think it turned out pretty well. I actually really enjoyed it. This was only my second game of the night when I jumped on to try it out. So it worked really well. Obviously, I didn't get a 60-0 flawless nuclear like he did, but I'm also playing a lot more carelessly as well to try and get the win. But yeah, man, it was really enjoyable. I'm glad I jumped back on. I'm glad that I saw his video and got kind of inspired to get in here. Otherwise, this match would have never happened. And right here, this guy stole my care package, but that's fine because it was just a counter UAV, and it's more points for me to get score for my next streaks. But anyway, just wanted to share this, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.
hardpoint